Just tell us where you're standing with the injuries at the moment, Denis. Is John Clark available for this week?
He's not far off now, but I don't think I'll select him this week. We talked about the fact that if he needs to have a full week in with us as well. Lloyd's been going okay, Danny Craven's been good, and when we get John back, we want him to be able to play for the rest of the year. Touch wood. So bringing him back a little bit a week too soon, something that we're not really keen on doing at the moment. So it's, again, we've got a long way to go, and we need John for a big part of the year. So just rushing him back is not really something that we need to do at the moment, because we've got a bit of depth in our squad with people being fit at the moment. So he's not far off. The possibility is that he's not far off this weekend, and definitely for the Thursday, like I say, short turnaround gives us a chance then to try and get everybody as healthy as we can, so that we can pick from as many people as we can over the next couple of weeks.
The two number 9s you used against London are both fit, available.
Yeah.
Craven and White.
Yeah.
You happy with the way Craven's going there? He's a relative newcomer to them.
Danny's just get Danny on the field at the moment. Like I say, he gives us cover in lots of positions, and his form's really good. His energy's good, and he's just got loads of ability. And he's keeping him in the side now. Like I say, as John gets back, and we're pretty strong for selection, it's making sure that we find a way of keeping Danny in the side to keep doing what he's doing, which is playing very well.
So where do we stand with Phelps, Arvan? O'Carroll's out long term, isn't he? Phelps, Arvan, anyone else?
Yeah, they're doing all right. Phelps is running with the team now. He's virtually fit, but he's missed a chunk of pre-season. Lads are a little bit away from him, I think. We caused some problems for ourselves when lads came back, and instead of softly, they all came back thinking that they'd done enough training and jumped them back in, and they broke a little bit because everybody else was that much further ahead of them.
Mm-hmm.
So just making sure that Pat, Dave Allen, Phelps are fit enough when they come in the side that we don't break again with little pulls and niggles that are down to fatigue and down to not being fit enough, really. So that's the priority at the moment, and the ability to be able to do that, because we've got a little bit of faith in our players in the squad, is a nice place to be at the moment. Like I say, it's not something we've had much of a chance to do last year, with it being so early in the year, and having a couple of key players not fit doesn't mean that we have to rush them back in, because we've got a little bit of faith in the players that are out there doing the job.
We had a situation with Huddersfield game on Friday, obviously, when they were playing Wigan. Good emphatic win for them, managing to get a draw against Hull KR. Is that going to be something that might work against us? Is it going to fire them up, or is it maybe exposing?
Anyway, they'll be coming here after, and they've had a couple of tough games over the last couple of years. I don't think you look at their results, but if you start reading stuff into the way that they're going, then you can end up getting a little bit unstuck. I know it's happened to sides that came up against us last year, when they felt that on the back of was having a poor performance, we then put in a good performance. On the back of a good performance, we put in a poor performance. So you can't read a lot into what sides are doing. You know that Huddersfield have got some high quality players. You know that they're going to be a side this year that's going to be pushing hard for league leaders and also for other trophies. So we know we've got our work out, whether they got beat last week, whether they drew, or whether they had a massive win. We know that we've got to be on our game, and the weekend off's probably not helped as much.
Right.
It's not. It was hard work watching everybody else play on the weekend, and us just sitting around twiddling our thumbs, and especially when we were on a little bit of a high from our performance against London. So it was a tough weekend all round for lads, and the build up to the week was like that. It's hard to get yourself intense and motivated when you're not actually got anything to move towards.
Yeah. What about yourself, Kevin? Playing against the old side on Friday, what do you think?
Oh, it's obviously going to be a big test. A lot of respect. I know how good they are individually and as a team, and I think they're all working very hard for each other. And like you said before, they will be upset and looking to put a good performance in, like they do every week. So yeah, we're going to have to be on our games, and it should be a good marker of where we are.
Well, it would be great, as I say, this is the thing, I mentioned it last time we were there, because obviously people will get to see this on a website. A big crowd will make a massive difference, certainly to the team.
Yeah, massive. I thought they were great against London. The atmosphere against, some teams like London, when they come with no fans, is sometimes a bit poor, but the atmosphere that day was great, and definitely gave the lads a lift. So if we can replicate that, it'd be fantastic. They really are our extra man.
Paul, tough likely to play.
Yep.
Is that a likely to play, or he will be playing?
He's likely to play.
He's actually
Want me to take my team?
Yeah. If you would, please, Denis.
I've not told them yet, I can't tell you.
Yeah. How's he blending in from your point of view, Kevin? Is he fitting in with the lads?
Yeah, great. He's like, I've known Paul most of my life, and he's a great lad. And that makes it easy straight away for the lads to get on with him. But I think the boys, and especially the pack, have been really impressed with his professionalism and how well he talks on the field. The lads are really excited about playing with him.
We know Huddersfield, both of you this, we know Huddersfield have got a big pack, and behind that they've got Danny Brough, who's one of the best half-backs in the country. How big a threat is he to Widnes on?
Yeah, he's a massive threat. He's probably one of the best players in the world in his position at the minute, and I watched him against Wigan, and he was fantastic. He terrorised Wigan, and he's obviously a man that's he could cause any team problems. So I think there's quite a few of them in the Huddersfield team. So it's just a good challenge for us to do all the things that the coaches tell us to do. We make sure we do them, and if we do that, we should be okay.
You were in good form yourself, Kevin, against London. How are you feeling about your season and the way you build up to the season, and now that you've started? Yeah,
good. I've just been happy with how my pre-season's gone, and I've built on the things I did last year, and it's only early in the season, but I'm happy how we're progressing, and we've got a lot of stuff that we can get better at as well. So pretty excited where we are at the minute, and we know we're near where we want to be.
What about some of the results over the weekend that's just gone, Denis? Anything in there surprise you or not?
Not really. I know that the Castleford-Catalan result, like if you watch Catalan in the last couple of weeks, especially, it's hard work for Catalan every year coming over here, and the training, they work in a different kind of environment. It's a bit, the weather's a little bit different, the training's a bit different. They come and play the first 2 games on the road. It's tough ask from early in the year. But then again, if you know Darryl Powell, and you know how meticulous he is and how well he prepares his sides and how good a coach is, and he's done some good recruitment this year. He's put people around him that he knows can do the things that he wants. He's got, like I say, he's got good management skills, and you know that they're going to be a handful, especially at their home ground. They always are anyway, but you know that this year it's going to be a very tough ask to go to Castleford and get a good result. So that one was. It was maybe the scoreline got a little bit away from Catalan, but it wasn't a victory that wasn't expected. Again, you watched the Wakefield-Bradford game, and you could have picked either side, didn't it? Really, it was more like who didn't want to lose instead of who wanted to win.
Well, what about the situation with London? Because obviously, London had 2 defeats. I know it's still early in the season and stuff like that, but a lot of pundits suggesting that maybe London could potentially go an entire season without winning a game. Does that actually contribute to the game at all? I mean, is that doing us any favour from a cosmetic point of view?
I don't know. I think you better have somebody at rugby league that. That's not. Again, my problems, or my worries, and my concerns are things that I can control. I can't control London. I know that. I think to go a full season without winning, I think people are underestimating they're going to bring some players in. It's a trip and a half down there. If you don't prepare properly, if you keep your eye off the ball, you've got a couple of players that could end up shocking you. So you've got to stay focused and understand that in a game of rugby league, if you don't turn up ready to play, then you can lose. I think that could go in London's favour, and also the fact that they're still out there heavily looking at bringing a lot of people in. I think they brought 2 people in, 2 extra big bodies in this week to keep adding to their squad. And these not high-profile players from the NRL, but the players that have got NRL experience. So it's not going to be dummies. They're going to be able to play a little bit. So if anybody takes their eye off the ball against London, I think that they're going to get better.
Are you still in touch with some of the guys at Huddersfield, Kev? Will there be any interaction between you this week, do you think, prior to the game?
Possibly. I'll not start any of that, but no, I still speak to quite a few of them. Earl and Grixie and a few of the others, Leroy, Philly. They're all good blokes, and I spent a lot of my career there. So no, it's business as usual though this week. It's just another game, and I sort of got that out of the way last year. You know, the nerves of playing against your mates. It was. It's still the same at Wigan, really. I've got a few mates there, but the more games you play, the less that comes into effect, really. So I'm just looking at, you know, playing well this week and going out there with the team.
We've spoken over the last few weeks to Paddy and to Jack about the influence that Brett Hodgson on the training staff is bringing in. From a personal point of view, what can you add to that, Kevin?
Oh, he's just another smart bloke. I think we're really lucky now. We've got 4 good coaches and they're all helping us out. You know, in different places. It's nice for Brett that he can just come in and concentrate on little bits of you know, little bits of you know, full back play or half back play, and it might just be one little tip a session, but he's definitely helping to what we're doing as a club. You know, moving forward, it's always better having another pair of eyes.
You got just ask you a question about the World Club. You watched the World Cup Challenge, presumably, Dennis, didn't you? I know you were keen. Yeah. Just go. Remember it? What do you reckon of Wigan's performance?
I don't think they ran into a very talented, enthusiastic, big side, didn't they, really? I think Sean Wayne summed it up pretty well. He said he started just off the beat a little bit. They gave some penalties away, lost some ball, and before you turn around, it's 18-0 in a World Cup Challenge. You're catching your tail, aren't you? I was impressed with the way they came out second half, but they're already 18 points down, and it's a tough ask to get back into that game. They worked hard for each other. They didn't put the cue in the right. They worked hard. They fought really hard. It was a decent crowd. It was a fair old, decent suburb side, Roosters side that they played against. So you've got to give them some credit there. That the players that really impressed me again are the ones that always do. I thought Sean O'Loughlin cemented his chance. He's just a fantastic player to watch, to have in the team. His work ethic and how hard he plays for the team epitomises what Wigan are. And defensively, not that old Mickey Matt's going to return to any kind of normality after the way he did to his body in that game. He just threw himself about and bashed himself about from beginning to end this time they found the field. But they just run into a side that on their own patch made mistakes and they got caught out. I think the 18-0 sort of didn't end it as a contest, but you thought that it's going to have to take something very, very special here for the Roosters to give this up and Wigan to go on and win this. And it wasn't really there. They scored a couple of tries, but I think the Roosters always looked like they were in complete control of the game.
There's talk of expanding the concept to 3 or 4 teams going over and playing, or them coming here and playing. Are you in favour of that? Do you think it'll do good for the
finishing 4th and going to Australia next year, yeah. Definitely.
It's more of an observation, this, and the lads might be able to back me up on it, but I've been talking to a few people about it. First of all, I've got to ask you, Dennis, are you a Liverpool football fan?
No.
If you look at it, see...
Right,
okay. The reason I mention it is because if you look at Widnes historically, whenever they've played well, Liverpool always seem to play well. If you go back to the 80s, 90s, in the 1780s, no, John, bear with me on this one. And it seems to me that there's some kind of symbiotic relationship. There's a good one for you, isn't it? It just always seems to be the case. Liverpool are playing well now, and it seems like the Vikings are as well, in a similar kind of way, if you know what I mean. The attack's fantastic, and sometimes...
If you add up numbers in the Bible and you look at certain letters, you can actually make lots of things up that happen occasionally now.
If you
look hard enough, you'll find the truth in most things.
Yeah. So you don't see any of that then? You don't think perhaps maybe something mystical's going on?
Well, I've always felt happy, so that's always been alright, hasn't it? So we'll go with that one.
You're not having that, John. You're not having my observation there.
Is the word for it.